Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first ever episode of the Dads in the Six podcast, where we are the foremost authority on being dads in the six. What's more, we're a weekly show where us three dads get together and bring you each a random topic for your entertainment, and then we bookend the show with a dad/parenting topic to kind of end off the show. Video gets put up on YouTube every Monday, and if looking at these three faces offends you, well, you're in your luck. Each episode gets put up on Google Play and iTunes for your listening pleasure. I'm one of your hosts, Nicholas Mazzeo, and I'm happy to introduce from now until the end of time, which might be for the next 4 weeks until our wives say we can't do this anymore, my two best buds, Jesus Castillo and Jamie Campbell. We're the ones who are going to be hashing it out for you week after week. So if you'd like that, show us some love by hitting that like, subscribe, share button below. And if you're on the whole social media thing, we do the Facebook, we do the Twitters, we do the Instagrams, we do maybe the carrier pigeon, if that's still in. We missed the Snapchat by about 5 years. I think
there's still potential. We can bring it back.
There's still potential for some Snapchatting. So maybe one day we'll bring you that. But you can find all the links below. So before we jump in, just a little credential background on who we are. We are three dads. Each with at least one kid that we know of, totaling get this, grand total of 15 months.
Not years.
Not years.
Months.
That's
some time.
That is experience. That we put in our time. It ranges anywhere from like 2 to 10 months roughly.
So how did it go? Like, all this experience, let's start a podcast.
Basically, we need to share what we know.
Yeah. Yes, I think the people are dying to know what we have to hear. So pretty much we're off to a great start here. So like I said, each of us bring forward a completely random topic. So we're going to kick it off. I'm going to put all the pressure on Jamie. I'm going to give him the insurmountable inaugural topic. I need you to start us off.
Get ready.
What's your topic?
My topic is pretty simple. If you had a superhero power, what would it be and why? What would you use it for? Would you use it for good, for evil, for malicious intent?
Does it have to be a superhero power that already exists? Or can I
you
invent a new one?
That'd be amazing if you could invent one. What do you got?
I would like to see what he could invent.
You put me on the spot, guys.
Something to do with food or something, probably, right?
The man who could eat, who could never get full. Is that a superpower?
That's actually
I think
that's like a disease. No, like people actually have that.
Yeah.
It doesn't qualify as a superpower.
I think that exists once we get into it.
But I'm just trying to say, okay, never get full of eating. I could eat and never get that's my superpower.
That's your power now.
How could that be used either for good or bad? Or I could eat stuff and
you could be one of those YouTubers, like those eating YouTubers, make that YouTube money, kind of like we're doing. So you can kind of do something like that where you're putting a show on, you get that kind of eating power.
I guess people there's dudes that eat an airplane.
So you may have this. So it's called Prader-Willi syndrome. It's a rare disorder present at birth that results in a number of physical, mental, and behavioral problems. Not so much.
I have all those things.
A key feature of the syndrome is a constant sense of hunger that usually begins at 2 years of age. They will want to eat constantly because they never feel full, hyperphagia, and usually have trouble controlling their weight.
I have
you might have a superpower.
You know what was those things where
WebMD?
Yeah, WebMD never self-diagnose because no matter what it is, you have cancer or you have a tumor.
You have this Willie syndrome.
Yeah,
whatever it is.
Don't ever but I think I have the Willie syndrome.
This topic just got dark. I think we just diagnosed.
Yeah, exactly. Now and I gotta go to the doctor tomorrow, or just continue living my life.
You're a superhero.
Yeah, can you imagine walking up to your doctor like, I think I have Prader-Willi syndrome. What are your thoughts? You're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, basically.
So I put a little bit of thought into this, not very much to be honest with you. And I was thinking the invincibility thing, but how would you use that for good? And would I use it for good?
Well, I feel invincibility is like Superman, right?
No, not invincibility. Invisibility.
Oh, invisibility. Okay.
Like full creeper mode.
Yeah, I feel like you can only use that to be a creep or to spy and to do malicious things.
I'm sure there's a potential for good. You could, be invisible and watch bad people do things and then rat them out. Be like, that guy, I saw him do it.
Right.
You would be like the super spy.
Here's my honest question. Being invisible, okay? Do I have to be naked to be invisible? Do I have to remove my clothes and now I'm invisible? And then snap and then I'm invisible?
That's a deal breaker.
Or can I make myself invisible? Can I hold my phone and then my phone's invisible too? Or just a floating phone? You know what I mean? Because that changes everything. If I can hold things and make them invisible too.
What's Sue Storm? What does she do?
She's the invisible woman.
Yeah.
She can create invisible things, barriers, platforms to
But
walk
she can make
on.
herself invisible.
She can make herself invisible. I can't recall if she can
Who's
make
this
other
girl's
people.
name?
Mr. Fantastic, Fantastic Four's wife. There's Kitty Pryde. She can make things like intangible. Like I can hold you and bring you through a wall type of thing.
It's not invisible.
That's not invisible. No.
So answer his question.
What was his question?
Fuck, man.
Oh, can you make other things invisible?
Like yeah, like
I know, it's your
for me to
superpower,
work-
man. It's your superpower.
Okay, but in this
In real life?
in real life,
Yeah.
does she have to be naked or could she like wear a suit and just like boop? Because there was a movie with Kevin Bacon, wasn't
Well,
there?
if we're basing this off Sue
Yeah.
Storm, she can be, her clothes also go invisible.
Okay,
If that
so
helps
she's
your
not
question.
like okay, because like, there's a movie I don't know what the hell it's called, probably Invisible Man, because like in the 80s or early 90s movie with like I think Kevin
I
Bacon,
think it's Kevin Bacon.
yeah, where he's invisible, but he has to be naked, like for him to be like not like visible, he has to wrap himself like a mummy type thing,
Yeah.
and then when he walks, like he got out of the shower because like obviously he was a creeper, right? Like
Yeah.
let's be real here, if you're invisible.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah, but here's the thing about me though. I would be the worst invisible man, because I'm loud. So like I'd be invisible, but you'd be like, "Jesus, you're here. I can hear you breathing over there.
I can hear you
so
eating
it doesn't-
with your Willy Prada syndrome or
I
whatever.
can see you eating chips. There's floating chips going somewhere. Like I can see it. Jesus, you're in the room.
It doesn't come with stealth. That's a separate superpower.
That's
here.
Andy
Or
Dice.
that's
So
just being trained.
ultimately, like, as long as I could be invisible, clothed, and I can like hold my phone, my wallet and keys, so I can go places. My car doesn't have to be invisible, but once I'm out of my car,
That'd be
like,
so much.
like if I'm holding it, that's invisible.
But here's
But why do you need these things?
My mind's going deep. If you pick up your phone and now you're invisible, can you see your own phone?
Shit.
My mind just exploded.
Yeah, you're right. Your mind just because now like it's invisible, but like can you see the invisibleness?
No,
No.
But, so you have a full-time job. We all have full-time jobs, right?
Yeah, we're all.
we're all
If-
gainfully employed.
We all have
This-
jobs.
we're not doing this for the money.
If you had
Yeah.
the superhero power, you'd come home 5 o'clock. You're tired. You have your kid, all that sort of stuff. You're gonna go out now to start helping with bank robberies and
I'll be
people.
honest
Do
with
people rob banks anymore?
Before I go help anyone, I'm helping myself out. And like, I mean, this sounds maybe kind of like you're an asshole, but before I go, I think I would do good. I would do good once in a while. I wouldn't
But-
make it my full-time job to go out and be good.
But after a year, you're gonna be like,
No, but I would make sure somehow, without screwing over too many people, that I become somehow financially stable.
yeah, but you don't get a paycheck from the government. Nothing. This is
No, I'm
this is
talking
all
about,
pro bono.
Okay, maybe I'll read between the lines here. I'm stealing stuff.
Okay. Totally missed that. Did you? Get
Yeah.
that?
I knew he was stealing
I'm
things.
stealing things. Again, like somehow, and like money. Like the part of this thing, I can walk into a bank. Again, somehow I'll be quiet, although I'm invisible, and I'm stealing things. Like a little bit. I'll say like $50. You know what I mean? Like, not
Just to
that
pay
much.
for lunch.
Yeah.
Risk life and limb for $50.
But like you know what I mean. Now that I'm like stable, like then I would do good. I would do good, but like I'm not. Let's not get ourselves here. I would benefit from it.
I would go straight to the government then, and I would present some offshore bank account and be like, I'm going to spy for you wherever you want. You send me there. But if they try and take me to do experiments, I just go invisible.
Right, but
See?
but then
That's why I have this
What if
offshore
they just
account.
lock down the room that they're in?
they're gonna put it like you're like I'm invisible, and they're gonna just hit you with a needle, and then you're visible. Like it's gonna ruin it. You know what? Astral superheroes actually I think better, and then this is getting more for bad than good. Is that like where you can teleport into things? There's a whole movie on it too. I know it probably is a superhero. I don't fucking know the names.
define teleport into things.
Like I can just like snap my fingers and I'm in the central like Fort Knox where the gold and I can pick things up and then snap and I'm back out of it.
So you have to snap. This is teleportation.
No,
I don't
man,
think you
have to snap.
So snap teleportation.
Snap teleportation. Like yeah, teleport in and out of things. I can go into any room, out of any room.
There's a one came out a few years ago, but there's a movie. I think that's I don't know,
Samuel L. Jackson's in it, which doesn't help because he's in everything.
had Hayden Christensen. I think.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he would just teleport. Jumper.
Jumper. That's what I'm talking about. Jumper.
He doesn't know. I don't think he's seen it.
Yeah.
I don't watch
You
So
just
it's not
you literally
DC or
just jump
Marvel.
in. That movie has huge plot hole. Like it sucks, but like yeah, they do that. They kind of jump into things.
And then the government catches on to like that it's this person who's a jumper, and so they create this thing. And Samuel L. Jackson, of course, is like the guy in charge of like catching him, and he does, and it's the whole thing.
so that's your superpower.
I think that one I like better than being invisible.
All right, what do you got?
No, I wouldn't go crazy, man. I think I would just go with
Superpowers being like super charming. And nice.
Yeah. Just whatever I got going
You're
on
already
now.
like that.
Yeah, I know.
You're so gay.
But no, I would probably just go with flying, or.
But if you're flying, you can fly. Fantastic. What are you gonna do with that though?
No, but
you don't have super strength or anything like that. You're just gonna fly around a little flimsy guy.
Really cold. Like you're flying. I'm really cold. And you're gonna come back down.
Can you fly?
Yes.
No, I
It cost me
instantly.
a plane ticket.
I instantly become somehow rich and famous.
But here's the problem with flying. I think you're gonna be sitting there, and I'm gonna see you fly, and I'm gonna, little motherfucker can fly, and then I gotta be like, hey Nick, can you go like forever and ever? It's just like today. I dropped a $60 bottle of scotch on the driveway. So then we decided to go buy this stuff. If you could fly, I'm like, Nick, here's $20. Fly over to the freaking LCBO and just buy it.
Can you talk to the mic more often?
Make love to that mic.
I'll try my best.
Make love.
Like I feel like I guess the teleportation thing would also be a thing.
Here,
but, like,
stop making
you
love
can
to that
hide it. You can hide that. I wouldn't teleport right into like, I would teleport like into the the driveway and then walk in. How'd you get here? I took the bus. I took the bus everywhere.
So you like this whole teleport? I'm not. The thing is, if you had to give me a suit, I would just pick Superman. Like I would just pick his whole arsenal.
But he has multiple superpowers.
That's what I mean.
You get one superpower. I'm sorry.
Flying's a little weak. I gotta say, flying's weak.
You're weak with your invisibility.
I'm not invisible. I can teleport.
Whatever it is you can do.
So I've been trucking through Jessica Jones, mostly because Daredevil season 2 is coming out and Luke Cage is coming out. It's in my way.
I need you to de-nerd what you just said.
So Netflix came out with Daredevil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Daredevil, I know.
Then they came out.
Isn't Daredevil Batman?
Sure, it's Marvel's
right?
Marvel's take on Batman. Maybe.
No, Ben Affleck did both those roles, didn't he?
Yeah. Yes.
So
that's what he means.
That's what I
Okay.
mean. You don't get it. Me and Nick.
Yeah. I don't do movies that well. Sorry.
You don't do words.
So, anyways, Daredevil is part of a team called the Defenders, and on that team is Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist. So Netflix is doing all the individual series and then doing a Defender series. I enjoyed Defenders. I'm going to enjoy Luke Cage because he's in Jessica Jones. I like the character. But Jessica Jones for me has just been...
What does she do?
She's super strong and stuff like that. Luke Cage and her kind of the same powers. And they actually get married in the comics and have babies and stuff. Anyways, point is, I'm having trouble getting through the season, but there's a bad guy on that show, and his power is a power of persuasion. He's like, drink your cup, or put the gun to your head, pull the trigger, like whatever.
That's a good one.
So I think that's what I would choose.
Like a Jedi.
I could do that. I could do that for good
these
or
aren't
evil.
things you're looking for. Like
Yeah.
It's kind of Jedi power, yeah.
What does he say?
They actually in the last episode I watched.
These are not the choices you're looking for. Jesus.
Sorry.
Last episode I watched, they actually poked fun at Star Wars. But
Yeah. That's a good one. I like that one.
That is, yeah, it's kind of like that Jedi mind trick sort of thing. Is where he's going with it. We lost about the 6 viewers we have because we just nerded out.
You guys nerded out hard.
I think we just nerded out way too hard for everybody's entertainment.
Daredevil and Star Wars.
Well, you're going to nerd hard when their topic is what's your
What's your superhero power?
Yeah.
So then, what is unquestionably not what you want, the best superpower then?
Indestructibility, super strength. I mean, those are pretty cookie cutter. Candy cutter.
Superman minus kryptonite. Except kryptonite wasn't a thing. Right?
Superman's invincible.
Okay, now you're just naming a superhero.
But and all the traits he has makes him that's it. Minus kryptonite. Like obviously, whoever created, I said Stanley. It's not Stanley.
No,
it's not Stanley. I caught myself. Whoever created Superman clearly realized there has to be some vulnerability. If not, and created kryptonite to go along with it all. But without kryptonite, Superman, hands down.
He missed the question.
What's the best superpower? Okay, well.
So what are you saying? His invincibility makes
invincibility,
him?
yes.
Because he can also fly. He has laser vision.
Okay, well I wanted to kind of package.
That's what I said I wanted was Superman then.
You guys missed the whole topic.
But you brought up another question now.
True, yeah.
Next week I'll ask you what superhero do you want to be, and then you could be like, I want to be Superman.
Spider-Man. Boom. Next topic.
Case closed.
Not Batman.
You looking forward to the new Spider-Man?
Yeah, the new movie Homecoming. Yeah. I think that's gonna be pretty decent, but it's got Iron Man in it. But I don't know. I don't trust any Spider-Man movie right now until I see it. So, not by Sony. So I don't know. Best overall superpower, if I had to pick, I think it would just be. I like whatever.
No, you chose yours. It's the shitty flying one.
No, for me, I like the shitty flying one. I think still Magneto has a badass. Like with that whole control of metal, like he can literally move, almost do anything with it. Like he can make himself fly. He can pretty much control, and like everything has metal to some.
Yeah, you find yourself in the Brazilian rainforest, and all of a sudden you're like, not that good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Get in the city. You're awesome.
Just don't leave the city then.
Yeah.
But what if I want to go visit the rainforest?
Well, don't fucking visit the rainforest. Carry a knife. Do something. Carry some coke. He escaped with prison with like 3 little
I saw that. I like that.
coins. Yeah, you saw that.
And it was the like the iron in the dude's blood was high, and then he just sucked that out.
Oh, that's how he did it. Yeah. So,
nerds.
you satisfied?
Yeah, that's good for me.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I think we're gonna move on to the next topic. That's you, Jesus.
So, my topic is 6 related, in that 6 being Toronto, and it's the 138th CNE, Canadian National Exhibition. It started on Friday. I was there Friday and Saturday, and
For work?
I was there for work. Actually, both those days. Saturday they did the Warriors Day parade, which is like veterans and police services and fire services, emergency services, do a little parade just to the entrance of Princess Gates. Is it princess like female or Princess Gates?
I think it's princess.
I think it's princess.
Let's go with that. Let's go Princess Gate. I think it's princess, just to be devil's advocate, like just to be the opposite. I think it's princess.
I think it's like never been questioned. It's princess.
Okay, well,
If only we had some sort of device on us
that could tell
at all
us.
times.
Anyways, and see, you guys doubt me, but Princess Gates.
All right.
Princess Gates. Anyways,
They should rename that because it's wrong.
Yeah.
it's Princess Gates.
All right.
Like like it's a prince.
Yeah,
And it's his gate.
It is his gate. Yes, he owns a gate, and that's it there. But it's a classic. Like it's we as a friend group, we've been going to the X like every year for the last like 10 years. It's just a staple of what summer in Toronto should be.
It sucks though.
It does suck. Maybe because we're jaded though. We're jaded. But I have some fun facts from the CNE website. Last year,
okay, go with your fun facts. Go with your fun facts.
it brought in 1.5 million visitors. You know, it could suck all you want, but it brings in 1.5 million.
Because you're forced to go. Like,
yeah,
just like we feel.
No matter how much it sucks, you're still going. And I think now that we're parents, like there's no excuse, like there's no escaping it. Like my kid's 2 months old, and I had to bring him.
We're stuck until they're at least teenagers, and then they start going with their friends. That might be the first break we get.
My parents still go every year.
There might be a break, but then we're stuck again. Like when they have grandkids, like we're grandparents, and then we bring our grandkids to the X.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think my parents go every year still, but it's the same old man. We show up, we make a right, and go to the farm building. Mm-hmm. Stop in all those little shops. We can't go to farm building anymore.
I don't think. Can we go with little kids?
We
are the foremost authority on parenting.
I feel like your kids can go see a cow.
You're saying like we might need some vaccines?
Yeah.
I've seen kids in there all the time.
Because my kid's like has no vaccines right now.
I think
I'm not an anti-vaxxer. He's just literally like 7 weeks old.
I think my kid's okay.
Maybe Lincoln can go, but I don't. Yeah, maybe we might need some vaccines.
Yeah,
because that's a question when you like. Have you seen any farm animals lately? Yeah, because that's like a thing.
That's a thing. Maybe I'm gonna not bring my kid to the farm room. Although I go there, I like it. I like the big horses. Those are my favorite. The Clydesdale
horses. Yeah,
those are my favorite.
Those are big honking ones.
Yeah. Those are my favorites.
So you enjoy seeing these fucking horses every single year?
I do. Okay, so walk me through your CNE routine.
Go to the farm. I oppose every year, but we still go.
But you go, okay.
We stop into all those like arts and crafts buildings.
Those suck.
Then we slowly saunter over to the food building.
Mm-hmm.
Fail to find a place to sit. Finally find a place to sit.
But the food building in itself is awesome. There's things I eat only at the X. Like every year they have this new food. This year's a cricket thing. I have to try. I'm going to eat that. Did you eat
what type of cricket? Like,
you ever heard? It's a cricket hot dog. Like
made
a hot dog
fully of crickets?
No, it's a hot dog, and then just like sprinkle some crickets on it.
Oh.
That's like the food this year at the X.
I could probably make that for you.
Yeah, sure you could.
So the X isn't so much you can't get it anywhere else. It's more a convenient gathering of all these types of foods.
But it's okay, so the food bill, it's a combination of everything. You have the casino in there, which I've never stepped foot in, but you have the casino in there, the food bill in itself, and the experience. Yeah, well, I don't know where I'm gonna get a cricket hot dog anywhere else, so I have to go to the X, right? And then they have those like donut burgers, all these ridiculous foods, but even things like Buffalo Burger. I can actually buy Buffalo Burgers at like the grocery store now, but that's one of the things I get at the CNE. I always get pierogies too. They're not even that good.
That's a waste, yeah.
That's a waste, but I do it.
Yeah, I think I could go into the food building and order like, I don't know, Greek food.
The thing
Like,
is,
You're
I could get that
person.
anywhere. You know what I
You're
mean?
a terrible person, but there's
Yeah.
actually good things to get that are unique and kind of special.
what happens with the food building is everyone goes in there with the best intentions. I'm going to get that new Krispy Kreme burger, or I'm going to get the deep fried, butter or whatever the hell it is. But then the lineup just to get the items, like the hot items of like the year, out the door.
Yep.
So then you end up getting fucking Greek food or the 99-cent spaghetti.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, I never had that, but I think I need to try it just to see how terrible it is.
it's spaghetti.
99-cent spaghetti.
Spaghetti. So then you go in there with the best intention and you walk out with what's the shortest line at this point? Because I still don't have a table. I have about 12 friends I need to sit, and then everyone spreads out. And then we got to figure it out at that point. So
And that's true. I was there on Friday was opening day, so obviously it was a little busier. But Friday at like 11 a.m. and it was packed. And I'm gonna visit it throughout the week because I can go in there for free with my uniform on. But I'm pretty sure no matter what time of day I go, it's gonna be packed. The food building.
Can I wear one of your uniforms and go in for free?
Pretty sure there's like laws. being
Yeah, but
broken
unless
there.
if I don't get caught, I'm good.
Yeah,
I feel like the day I do that,
the day
all
you got-
hell breaks loose, and they're like reserves over here, and I'm all of a sudden a soldier.
Yeah, because that's all it takes. Just put on the uniform. Also, and
Well, at that point, I either
That's all
get
it
caught
takes.
or I confess.
you go with it, yeah.
yeah, for the next 10 years, it's one lie.
Yeah.
But
said the X
this
one
year,
time.
speaking of wearing the uniform, there's the Canadian Forces always has a nice big display. It's gone from like really nice to kind of shittier. This year, I think it's a kind of nice one. They have a LAV-3 big armored vehicle. They have the cockpit of a fighter jet. They have a lot of cool things. Actually, this year is pretty nice. The only problem with it's tucked away, way in the back where they have the market, like past the market, and then what do you
Isn't
sell?
that where it was before last year?
The last two years it's been there. Before it used to be outside where it was nice.
I remember when it was outside.
And they had a tank one year, like a full Leopard tank. That was awesome. So it's a pretty nice display. I like it. But what I really want to talk about is the one thing that I have not missed in the last 6 years of going to the X, the Superdog show.
Yeah.
That's literally my favorite part of going to the X.
Yeah.
Despite it getting shittier and shittier every year, I still have to go. It used to be awesome. It used to be like entertaining. The dogs would like jump through hoops and do all these cool things. Now they just literally like run around in circles and people clap.
Maybe you were just easier to entertain back then, because I don't see a difference between what I saw 10 years ago with those.
Nah, man. Even the presenter, I think he literally died because he was so old. Like there's a new presenter, but the old presenter.
You're probably the only person who noticed that.
No, man. Superdog show is like. It's not even my childhood because I wasn't even like. I was like 25, but I love it. I love the Superdog show.
I think last year you went to go watch it, and me, Vince, maybe you, I don't remember. We went to just go have beers.
Yeah, I went with your wives because you guys didn't want to go, but doesn't matter. I'm gonna go. I actually think I saw that show twice last year because I went once with myself, like I just stopped working, went across, watched the show, came back to
I
work.
feel like it's one of those things that gets Jesus emotional. Like just watching the Superdogs,
There's
you
a lot of
starts,
things that get
starts
me
getting like
emotional.
red in the eyes. And
You know what?
Classic.
You know what I love about the Superdog show is, without fault, they have the one stupid dog. Oh no! How did he get on the show
and Meatball,
floor?
yeah, Meatball.
Yeah, Meatball.
And
Is
he
it a
comes
bulldog?
out,
It's a bulldog,
yeah,
right?
and he steals like the pole and he runs out with the pole and stuff like that. Yeah,
Or
Classic.
they try and get him to do the run, and he just like misses the barrel, or like
yeah, and he just runs into it and knocks it over.
yeah, it's like classic
But
Meatball.
the
Like
kids love it, and by
You
the kids
love
I mean
it.
me. I love it. But here's another concern I have about the X: the rides.
I haven't been on a ride in ever.
No,
Yes.
it's a waste of money.
It is a waste of money, but now it's a waste of money that we're gonna have to be spending money on. We probably have money on. We probably have a couple of years before we actually have to start dishing out the cash for it. But we have kids now. Those kids demand rides. So unless your wife's down to go on the rides,
It's probably cheaper.
that's like classic dad duty.
I think it's cheaper to get a Wonderland pass than it is to spend money at the rides for your kids at the X.
Yo, so you're gonna tell your kid, "Hey, we're at the X. You can't go on any of the rides because you were at Wonderland a month ago."
10 times this summer? Yeah.
No, your kid's gonna lose his shit. Especially when, because you're not gonna go by yourself. You're gonna come with us. Like that's what's gonna happen, right? And when Vince is taking his kids on all the rides, and you're telling your kid, "No, you used to watch."
The only people who spend money on rides are Vince and Angela.
Yes,
And they go on, what is it, that Music of Life?
Yeah.
Or something?
I remember the last time I was on there, I got out and I was sick for a month.
It is probably the only half decent ride, but I'm just going to say, hey, go to Uncle Vince. He's got tickets.
Uncle Vince or
Go to
Uncle
Vince.
Will. Will loves it, and he loves that zipper one where it's like goes this around.
That one breaks down, I think, once a year. Someone dies in that one, though.
Yeah, which adds a little bit of fun to it.
With a little bit of risk that I need in my CNE.
But like, I can't do rides. I'm terrible.
I can't. I've been taking Gravol since I was like 17, man.
Just for fun. It's like we get up every
for
morning.
fun.
Getting out of bed gives you dizzy. It's like,
What are your top 3 enemies again? Snakes, carnival rides, and something else?
Or carnies.
Carnies. No, they're not like nearly my nemesis, but they're like I never trust them.
But you don't go on roller coasters or any of that stuff?
I don't particularly. No, I did once, like by accident. Swear to God. So we were by
It was
accident.
the food line. And then
I was visiting a friend that lived in Ohio.
This way to tacos. How am I on Top Gun?
That's kind of what happened. But I went to visit a friend in Ohio, and they have Kings Island, which is exactly like Wonderland, just called Kings Island. And we went on like a Tuesday during the day. It was dead, and we were just walking around. And I had said, "I'm not going on any rides. I don't do rides." They're like, "Okay, fine, no problem." There was 4 of us, 4 friends, and I was like 21 years old. And we're chatting, just like I get lost in conversation, talking about the most stupidest thing. And next thing you know, I look around, like, where are we right now? And we were in line for a ride. And I didn't even notice it, but we weren't just in line. We were at the front of the line. I'm like, what is going on right now? And basically, it was one of those moments where either one, like, caused a scene, kind of, and like, oh, sorry, excuse me.
Yeah,
I need to, like, I by mistake, I wussied out, or just, like, bite the bullet and get on. And it was like right now, I have no shit. I'd been like, stop. I'm getting off. Get me off this thing right now. But at that moment, I was like, I can't be a wuss. Like,
when was this? How long ago?
After, like, we were in high school.
Okay.
Like 20 years old. How old am I in high school? I don't know. No, it can't be high school. No, it could have been high school.
I know you failed like a class or two, but
Actually, I didn't.
you
I
should.
never failed class.
Oh.
Anyways, you were 20 and in high school, yeah.
I was whatever age. It must have been like it was. Anyways, around there, like around that time, and I got
You
on.
finished high school at what, like 16?
17. I mean, we don't have OAC anymore, so yeah.
17? No.
18.
Okay, 18. Yeah, 18.
18, yeah, sure. I was 17, but because I have a later birthday. You have a later birthday.
Yeah, I think I was 18 because I was signing myself out towards the tail end of,
Yeah, you worked.
of,
Yeah.
of grade 12.
You were like everyone's dad, weren't you?
What?
Didn't we all like call you? Didn't we call you once to pretend you were someone's dad?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
Have we
No, I'm
passed
pretty sure we did
the we can tell our parents these things now?
I don't know. Can you tell your parents you skipped class 15 years ago? But anyways, get back to my story. I got on the ride and I did it, and it did all. It was a real ride. It wasn't like
Loops?
the Great Canadian. Yes, it wasn't like the Great Canadian Mindbuster, which I do. In Wonderland, I do it. Just
Ghoster Coaster.
I do those, but this one was like a real ride, and I got out and I felt fine. And I was like, oh my god, it's amazing. I ended up going on like 4 other rides that day, and I loved it. I had a great time. I come back to Canada. I go to Wonderland. I go on like Wonder Mountain or whatever it's called. The mountain one?
Yeah, I dropped you know those trays at Colossus that you guys use to get your food on, the little cardboard trays?
Like the movie theater tray for
Yeah.
popcorn?
Yeah. We filled one of those with ketchup to the brim. Somehow got it on that ride and dropped. When you're inside the mountain, we hung it out and dropped it, and all you heard was splat. It was amazing.
Oh.
You're a terrible person.
Good little story.
But anyways, I got back and I puked twice as soon as I got off. So and then I never got back on.
If we're still doing this podcast 1 year from now, can we do a little video featurette where we bring you to Wonderland, put a GoPro on you and
We're
me?
gonna do I challenge ourselves to do a Dads in the Six live at the X.
Live at the X.
Not live. That'd be terrible. But at the X. and we'll maybe
Go on each and every single ride and try each and every single piece of food.
Yeah, one of us will go on with Jesus every ride and GoPro on us, and we'll just film him the entire time.
me slowly dying.
Slowly dying.
Also, the other thing that's great about the CNE is if you need a hot tub, that's where you go. I don't know where I would buy
Never
a hot
understood
tub.
that.
Oh, I think there's more hot tubs. Like I walked by, there was about 10 or 15 different dudes selling hot tubs.
Oh, at least.
Like that is like the thing. Like I honestly, like if it was like March and I was like, oh, I kind of want
It's
a
their
hot
Christmas.
tub, I'd be like, I have to wait till the CNE
Yeah.
to get my freaking hot tub.
There's actually a place over on Aaron Mills, isn't it?
No. It's called the X.
Yeah, you're confusing it with the exhibition.
Yeah, the exhibition is the place.
This is the only place you can buy hot tub. Or like shitty like TVs that are on sale.
TVs. Or what I also buy every single time is weird like pepperettes.
Oh yeah.
I bought
jerky or something.
Weird jerky. I got water buffalo pepperettes. Delicious.
And also the games, like the Carney games. Like, so it's like either you, so I think the choice for the kids, because we're going to be hard and we're never going to say no to our kid, right? Is,
it's peer pressure. You know what?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I can be hard as I
Rides.
want, but if you guys are all buying, and Vince is going to screw us. I know it.
yeah.
Because he's not going to say no, especially to this little girl ever, and he's going to buy her all the little things, and then I'm like, all right.
It's going to be the choice is you either get one ride or one game.
Yeah.
And that's it.
No, knowing your kid, he's gonna get a choice between the ride or a pepperette.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. At all times, I'm like, no, yeah.
And if you've trained him right, he's gonna pick the pepperette every time.
But at the end of the day, I have no say in it, and then if the kid's mother wants to take him on rides, then by all means.
As long as I don't have to go on the rides.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with
There's life insurance.
But
and
like, yeah, those like games where you like have to, you have the kid's gonna be like, I want one of those, and then you have to like win at a game. Then you have to like show your. You know what the only game I've ever won at like the carnival
stuff. What's
is
that?
the guess your weight game, where they have to guess your weight.
Did they come in over or under?
They guessed under. I was heavier than they thought I was, and I won
Because you're all bottom half, man.
Yeah.
Like, don't let the upper half fool you.
Yeah.
Like, you got some like hams on you.
Yeah, exactly. And he didn't see it coming. I stood sideways, and he didn't see it. And he like, yeah, he was under by like 15 pounds.
So when we all go to Wonderland one time, when we all go to the theme park, and it's me, you, and Nick, and we all have our little kids there, and your little guys come in, Poppy, I want to go on the Top Gun. What are you gonna tell the
I
kid?
go with Uncle Jamie and Uncle Nick.
You're just gonna let your kid down?
Yeah, man. Yeah, because the alternative is to see me like I'll get on. I'll be tough as hell. Get on. Be like, don't worry, son. And he'll be scared. I'm like, no, don't need to be so scared, right? You know, we got this, right? And then I scream like a girl the whole ride. Get off, start puking, like I'm on the ground, like convulsing, and my kid has to like take care of me. That's the other option. So I'd rather be like.
But when's the last time you tried a roller coaster though? Because maybe you're over this.
The other day, I got super, super sick coming home from soccer because I was reading a text message on my phone in the car. So I think my motion sickness is still quite high. But somehow I'm in the armored corps in the military, and I like.
You drive and shit.
Well, I'm in the turret doing stuff and reading maps. Somehow that doesn't kill me.
Is there any windows?
Yeah, there's windows. I roll it down.
In the tanks have windows.
No,
Like
we don't.
they don't have automatic windows either. They're like the crank.
They are crank windows. Yeah, man.
No, yeah, I don't like going to the X, but it's just something you do.
have
Like,
to.
what else? But I mean, prime time would be after 5 p.m., right?
Yeah,
Or
it's
6
like
p.m.
half price or something.
Not it's like $5. It's not. It's like $18 and $15 for kids. I just heard this the other day. $15 to bring your shitty kid in there.
Yeah. But the thing is, first of all, there's always corporate discounts that you can make use of.
Turn
And,
that down.
and second of all, like I think with kids, it changes everything. We're going to have to go like during the day and like make time for the rides and go like, especially when they get bigger, like we're going to have to see the pony. And it's not just like we go in there like, hey, that's a cool horse. It's a cool pig.
They got to go in there and pet it.
Yeah.
They gotta
Like,
feed it.
It now becomes a full day thing. Anyways, the point is the CNE is going to change our lives, right? I think it's one of the key things, one of Toronto and two of being a dads, and we are dads in the six. So literally there's nothing more dads in the six than
Man.
CNE. And that's my point. I come around.
When can my
boom.
kid go to Beer Fest?
Boom.
Boom.
When he's 19.
When he's 19.
That's,
That's-
next question.
that is the rule, eh?
See, that would have been a great third topic to end the show. You know, you circled it back to why we're called Dads in the Six, but I think we'll just kind of draw the line there. As nice as that ending was, we'll segue back into my topic. So I'm going to bring us home.
I hate the X.
Yeah, the X fucking sucks. I mean,
No, man, it's awesome.
no, Wonderland. That's going to be better with kids because the whole kids section, I haven't been there in 30 years.
Yeah, I could spend a whole day in Hanna-Barbera Land or whatever it's called now.
Kidsville.
The water park.
You can
I go to
you can go there
Wonderland.
now.
I go to the water park. That's where I go now, and then hang around the lazy river, and I just float around, and it's the best. The best. I love the water park. That's where I hang out. You'll see me there at the water park.
See him there every Friday to Sunday.
Catch Jesus. Thursdays.
Catch Jesus. Get him to autograph something. All right, we're just going to move on to my topic. So it's the final rando topic for the day. Oh, and I didn't tell you.
Fucking Princess Gate, eh?
Yeah, man, I was right. I'm usually right.
Princes.
You're actually usually wrong.
But no one says it. Everyone says princess.
Well, they're all wrong. Now you can go around correcting people.
You can be that
This is
guy.
going to be a thing we're going to start asking people like, hey, what's that gate called?
Just stand there.
Yeah.
Excuse me. All right, my topic, which I didn't end up telling you, right? You were asking me
I
to.
don't know what you're bringing up. I have
to
no idea
tell
what
me.
you're talking about. I'm at the edge of my seat.
The edge of your seat. Well, this is a good one.
You need to be at the fucking edge of your seat talking to your microphone.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're literally. I don't know if anyone heard a word you said. Worst Olympic sport. Because the Olympics just ended yesterday, thankfully. So
Depending on when you're watching this. So probably like a week ago.
Like a week ago or something, you know, a little behind the curtains.
Recently.
Behind the curtains, how this podcast is made.
Hey, it's not live?
How the sausage is made. Yes, thankfully that shit's over. So, worst Olympic sport. And the reason I ask is because there's a lot of bad Olympic sports. And what I hope we get out of this topic is eventually we rise to the top and see what is the only good Olympic sport. Because I don't think there's too many. I think there's actually too many sports. Like USA walked away with like 90-something medals.
No, they had over 100.
Over 100. And what, like half of those are gold. So you're winning shit. There's only 28 sports or something like that I looked up. You're winning golds in 50-something of them. So clearly there's repeats here. Like
yeah, well, there's like
they do
there's
like
the
100 meter,
200 meters, 100 meter relay. Swimming in itself has like 40 different categories.
That's the only reason Phelps has 80, 100. Like there's no 80, 100. It's a level you get to in the Olympics.
Okay.
You wouldn't know.
No, I wouldn't know.
It's the only reason he has that many is because there's, you know, that many events, which is, I don't know, kind of bullshit. I think.
My opinion. Okay, I just pulled up the list here of sports. I like anything that takes skill, like archery, shooting. I don't mind that because I think that actually takes skill, and
you can argue that no matter what you bring up, takes skill.
To be an Olympic athlete
Takes skill, no matter what.
Okay,
like even
I take
even
that back. I take that back.
Let's agree on one here. The horse ones.
the worst
Yes.
equestrian.
Equestrian.
Yes, I think
right?
so.
That requires
Dressage.
skill. Yeah, dressage. That requires skill. Undoubtedly, skill.
This is not within the
require,
pantheon.
Like, high physical capabilities? No. And that's to me what Olympic.
But
When
other
I think Olympian, I think like optimal physical fitness. You know, like
There's
maybe
gonna be
not-
so many equestrians. Shitting all
Oh,
over
they're
you
gonna be
right
so
now.
mad. The
Let me
Oh,
see.
yeah.
YouTube comments are
All
gonna
of
be.
them.
It's gonna be lit, as the kids say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. It requires skill. That's undoubtable. But again, I think of an Olympian, a gold medal Olympian. I'm thinking fit, like a cyclist, like fit sprinters, fit long distance runners. You know, different body types, right? Different strength, different body, but very athletic, requiring an extremely high level of physical capabilities. The 1% or the 0.1% of the human population.
And we were talking about this before, which is I think Olympics to me is like should be a sport based on what humans do, like running, swimming. Like running's the ultimate. I mean, that's what like as kids, who's faster than who?
Okay, but you were saying
right?
there's too many repeat events.
So running
So what would you
100
do?
meter sprint done. That's
No,
it.
And,
Goal.
and you got to do long because everything has to be speed and endurance. Because those are the two
But
major
it's
skills.
200 enough more where you need a separate event?
Well, I watched. I don't know why I
200
watched it. But I
meter?
watched the 10,000
meter,
meter
the 10
women's.
kilometer.
Yeah, it's 10 kilometers, but the 10,000 meter,
Yeah.
right? And then there's a 5,000, I think.
Yeah.
And then there's speed walking, which is 50 kilometers.
The race walk.
The race walk. And then there's a
Stupid.
marathon, which is like a
Stupid.
million.
You gotta like wag your butt cheeks.
Stupid.
Oh, but did you see the controversy though with the
Of the
Canadian
push?
and the push? But like it was hilarious.
And he lost his momentum.
and
like,
then that was it. That killed him.
jeez.
You know what I
Not
mean?
a sport.
Like, which ones would you cut out? Which ones?
I draw the line anything that requires judges on one side
Yes.
and everything that doesn't require a judge on the other side. So if it's a team sport where it's like hockey or baseball or golf, or not golf's not a team sport, soccer, anything that two teams compete for a score, good with me. Anything that is timed, like swimming or running, good with me. But if it's gymnastics that people get a score, or diving where they get a score, I hate that.
Boxing. Even boxing.
All
Oh,
the
that was a big
boxing
controversy with
controversy.
the Irish guy.
Yeah, and that's straight up corruption, straight up.
See, yeah, I don't think there should be anything that involves judges because that's
But
and it's been
how
proven to
can
be
you-
it's
how
been
can you
proven to be
exclude-
corrupted.
Yeah, you're right. I see how it can be corrupt, but how could you exclude
'Cause it's not-
gymnastics?
it's not-
Gymnastics to me is also like one of those key
Okay,
I don't think it
fundamental
is.
if I
Olympic sports.
it's not an Olympic sport. I think there should be. You can have the gymnastic world championships every year or something. Go nuts. It's not an Olympic level sport. That's not what we base humanity's like physical.
angry gymnasts.
That's not what we base humanity's physical achievements.
But that requires a huge level of physical capabilities. You know what I mean? That requires top notch. The gymnasts are realistically probably the
So
strongest.
maybe just everyone should
most
get
flexible.
a competition award or something.
So here's my question.
I would
Right?
keep gymnastics
So,
in though,
so
but I was
we're,
going
we're
somewhere
hating
else.
on the Olympics as if they're not real sports here and there. Okay, right? What if you had? What's the one Olympic sport you think if you set your mind to and like
Trained
for, but like at a high level, do you think you'd be able to compete at? Not win maybe, but compete at. Like, what do you think you?
rowing.
Ooh.
You don't have the shoulders for rowing.
You just said if I put my mind to it and train for it,
Genetically, you don't have the.
then I can't do anything. If
Well,
we're going off genetics,
you could probably you can't do anything.
Shot put.
You do a mean shot
yeah.
put.
Of course, you don't need muscles for that either.
I feel like I could throw a mean javelin. You know
See,
what I mean?
and those are badass because that's what people did 8,000 years ago.
Yeah, they
was
saw
throw
a
shit.
deer like however many 100 meters away, and like I'm gonna fuck up that
Again,
deer and just
Olympic sport, right? Like running, swimming, those type of like track and field things. Who can jump the highest? I don't know. I feel like that's a thing.
maybe you do high jump or long jump, Jamie.
Ooh, maybe pole vaulting,
Pole vaulting. Just don't get your nuts in the way.
javelin.
How far do you think you
Like
could
the
throw a
Japanese guy.
javelin?
Hold on. Yeah, I got 600 meters in me.
Yeah, the world record's 90
meters?
90 meters.
600 meters. Now that I said it, I realized how retarded that is.
Oh, I thought you were being
It's
funny.
like half a kilometer.
No. You put little wings on the javelin. You throw it like a little paper
It's
airplane.
like a dart.
Yeah.
I mean, I can throw a dart, so it's kind of the same idea.
I would take
90 meters is the
paper
Olympic?
airplane over gymnastics any day because you can measure it.
Okay,
No,
gymnastics.
because then you require judges there too, because like
No, they don't require. There's no judges for javelin and shot put and stuff. They measure how far.
yeah,
it went.
it's just
So I throw a paper airplane.
there's judges.
Mine goes further than yours.
there's judges to
call
like
faults
Yeah,
and
but
stuff.
they're
to call faults and like tell you how far you threw it
But he doesn't get out like his calculator and how far did he throw it,
and then fake it.
and then lie about it.
Yeah,
What are your feelings on the drugs used in the Olympics?
I just say go nuts.
There's a part of me that does want to see that, like, because right now we're at the
It just negates history though.
no, it gets history, but right now we're seeing the top tier limits of what humans are capable of.
It's not true.
Usain Bolt, yeah, it is. There's no human on Earth right now that runs faster than Usain Bolt.
Right now?
right? Exactly. So,
But Olympic records are always being broken.
that's right. So I go back to what I said. I'll repeat myself, and it'll be right now we are seeing the top tier limits of what humans are capable of. Right, and the idea is that they're all natural. Right. I want to see what like literally the maximum is. Like you run so fast, like your legs literally fall off.
I was gonna say it should be like a Special Olympics, but they have
that.
But like it should be like
Should be
another
the special.
Yeah,
Olympics.
it should be like another type of. I was gonna say it should be like a Special Olympics, but it should be like a separate, like it's just a steroid Olympics.
Well,
and drug
steroid
Olympics.
Olympics.
Vince McMahon came out with the XFL, right? You can have some sort of like X Olympics.
Yeah,
Like extreme
like the
Olympics.
X Games.
Yeah,
Like the X. Yeah.
like just
But like-
doped up Olympics.
But the reality is there's people out there who would probably just do drugs to like where they would like finish the race. They would cross 100 meters in like 6 seconds.
They would,
but their hearts would.
Yeah,
just,
and their piss test would be like neon green. Like it would just be.
Or like weightlifters too, if they could just do all the drugs and do
weightlifting, another good Olympic sport.
Yeah,
who can lift the heaviest shit?
But it doesn't get enough coverage.
It doesn't. Like. No.
But like exactly, who can lift the heaviest shit, but on drugs?
On drugs.
All the steroids you can imagine. There's some guy out there who's just like, you know what? I don't care. I'll die as the strongest man in the world. Just take all the drugs and then just lift, explode, and win a record.
Okay. I take back the gymnastics because I know the American women's team is probably watching this and probably all super pissed off.
Yeah.
Shout out to Simone, right?
Yes.
The one where they do the ribbons, that one can go. Maybe even no, they do some cool jumps. The floor, the one where they do like the triple
cool jumps.
Okay, that one can. So get rid of the ribbons.
Yeah, I can do without the ribbon.
Get the synchronized.
What do you think about the balance beam?
That's cool.
My favorite is the.
How's that scored though? Just like your tricks and stuff.
Again, it's judged, right?
It's judged.
It's judged.
My favorite is like the rings where the dudes just hold themselves up with the rings.
Do the females do that one too?
I don't think so. They're sexist like that.
Which is dumb because another horrible Olympic sport, synchronized swimming.
Yes.
Whether I think they do duets and
they do duets and then teams. Yeah, I watch the duets for some reason. I mean, again, once you watch it, you realize
that is not the pinnacle of human.
No, but at the same, it's not the pinnacle. But you see, like, a lot of training to synchronize, but also to be able to do half of those things, just half of them, requires crazy amount of strength and
everything does. I think maybe not like ping pong, but.
Ooh, I love me some ping pong.
Olympic sport, though.
Have you watched
Olympic sport, though?
Those guys are robots. They're not human.
Amazing. I love
Have your world championships. Don't bring it to my Olympics, though.
That's true.
Like, I need track and field.
Well, what sport just lost
swimming.
Olympic status? Didn't something lose it this year? Or was it for 2020 they're losing it? Isn't wrestling or something?
I think wrestling is gone for the next Olympics, which is stupid.
That's wrong.
That's what all the Greeks did back in the day. Just two dudes just wrestling each other to the ground.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Bring that back, please.
The Olympic sport.
Shout out to Greece.
But and they're bringing in the more youth stuff to make it the demographic, like the BMX, not Olympic sport to me.
Golf.
You have the X
Games.
Games.
I mean, do golf. Like have the opens and stuff like that. Not an Olympic sport.
Not Olympic.
Golf is not an Olympic sport.
Fuck men's basketball.
What's your beef with men's basketball?
Tell me more about.
Let's just bring the professional NBA American.
What do you think happens in the Winter Olympics for hockey?
Two Olympics ago. Do you know who the Olympic champions gold medal was?
Argentina.
Right.
Yeah.
Not United States.
The one-off. Every other Olympics,
right.
The Americans
so
have
Argentina
won it.
did it.
Yeah.
So it can be done.
It can be done.
But then you can't draw the line and say like, oh, you're too good to come to the Olympics.
Well, it used to be you could only be amateur.
Yeah, it's an amateur. That's the point of the Olympics is you're amateur athletes. Like this is why. Like LeBron James was in here, but like LeBron James, like does he need this? Does like he doesn't put him like the spirit of the Olympics? Soccer does it half right. You can only bring an under 23 team, and you're allowed to bring 3 overage players. Like Argentina
Crosby's
didn't
golden goal though. You just want to not have that.
Why couldn't that been somebody else who's not a professional athlete?
Nobody
though?
would gave a shit.
I think if you put Canada in the Olympics for hockey,
people
give a
care
shit
about the youth world championships, right?
Why? I don't know why it has to be professional. I think that's a dumb move. I think it should just be amateur. Like, how much more badass would that win have been if it was like an amateur Canadian team?
But I'll make the argument that by letting the professionals play, it's the top tier. Not letting professionals play, you're letting like the second tier people play.
You have the top tier. It's called the NBA.
Right, but that's not the world. The NBA?
The NBA is American.
It's thinking like the World Series.
Pretty sure they call it the World Championship.
Yeah, or the World Series. Yeah, it's none of those things. It's
they
the
forgot
American,
to invite the world.
And
I know.
The Canadians have one team. Like, okay, Canada, you can have one team. Come on.
But
that doesn't make it the world.
Sure.
The Olympics is the world.
Sure, but
right?
something
Spain, Argentina, Brazil, they all compete.
But bring your amateur athletes. So then.
No, because I want to see the best basketball player capable.
But then,
and who's got it?
Argentina wins it once.
Right.
No one else is ever going to win it again. Like it's just going to be. True. It's just going to be the mayor. As long as it's the NBA players, they'll just clean up. Like it. I think it was maybe a bad season. They had like some turmoil that year. Argentina wins it. Good for them. I think USA came second.
Have you
So,
guys
like,
have you
they're
guys
still
heard what
there.
they're doing with the World Cup of Hockey in a couple weeks?
No.
So the NHL is putting on they're trying to mimic basically the World Cup of soccer, but for hockey. So it's going to happen once every 4 years, I think.
Called the World Cup, by the way. Not the World Cup of soccer.
Well,
Called
now
the
I
World
have
Cup.
to differentiate between
No,
the two.
because there's one World Cup. The other thing's a World Cup of hockey.
So the World Cup of soccer happens every 4 years. So they're doing the World Cup of hockey starting this year. First year they're doing it. So they have Canada, US, all the big names, and they're also doing under 19 team. So it's like a catch-all sort of under 19 team. I think that's kind of an interesting idea. I know it doesn't exactly relate to the Olympics.
No,
stuff,
but it's fine.
But you were talking about bringing amateurs, so I mean, you could think of under 19s as less pro.
So the whole World Cup is going to be under 19, or they're going to have
No, so they have
the
one
right
team
national
Canada,
teams. Yeah,
the best Team Canada could put together, and then all the leftover under 19 kids that aren't good enough to make Team Canada, Team US, they're having their own team, and they could be from anywhere, and they're like super underdog,
I
right?
think under 19, it's good because it revitalizes like the sport. Like when you bring the youth in to play and stuff like that, you look at them like 3 or 4 years from now, like that kid's gonna be huge, and you start following him and start like getting into like who's who, right? Like obviously those people who are really into it follow like the OHL and they know who the big players are in the upcoming years and stuff like that. But for people who don't, there's a glimpse into like these are the players that you need to watch out for the next couple of years, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
What about the Special Olympics and the Paralympics? Like, are you watching that? Like, what's going on with that?
No, I think the Special Olympics, I think, happen.
Are they happening? They're happening right now. They normally happen right after.
2 weeks.
No, the Paralympics happen about
now.
2 weeks. Like, not
yeah.
now. Like, they start in like a couple weeks in September.
Do they? Okay.
The Special Olympics are a whole other thing, which I don't know when those happen.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But the Paralympics,
But the Paralympics,
they use like the same like stadiums, like everything's like the same. Like, the
yeah,
same
they just
location.
yeah, it happens every 4 years right after.
They just put ramps everywhere.
Yeah, I think so. But no, I think the Paralympics are starting to get more and more coverage, which is good. But I think ultimately I don't know if like people like the interest just isn't there, right? Unfortunately, right? Because I think, and I looked this up because I'm like, it's funny. I was thinking Paralymp. What do you think the para stands for in Paralympics?
Paraplegic?
Right. No,
No,
right?
it's not.
But
I know.
that.
Yeah.
Right. I looked it up and it means parallel, and it comes from like
No one would have guessed that.
no, and it comes from like the Greek word of parallel, which means along with, right? So it's along. It's it's another word, but I know it's funny because you're thinking disabled like athletes.
Yeah.
So
But the Paralympics, was it that was like full of controversy a few Olympics ago, or the last Olympics, where there was a whole team of like Russian players that just weren't had
They were
no
pretending-
disabilities.
Pretending to have disabilities?
Yeah,
that's
And
actually genius.
yeah, that's what it was. There's also a movie about that called The Ringer with Johnny Knoxville,
Yeah,
but I think it's in the Special Olympics.
that was a Special Olympics. Yeah.
But I think it was the Paralympics where the whole team like didn't have any disabilities. They all just like walked with a limp. And they're like, "Oh, you have a limp? Oh yeah, come on." And then they were smashing like they were playing basketball with guys in wheelchairs. And they were just kicking them out of the way and just dunking on them and be like, "What?"
No, that would
Maybe not.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
I don't remember hearing that, but that would.
But
that
there was some controversy with the team, like who entered the team without either special needs or without disabilities.
yeah.
And you're right, it's awesome.
No, but shout out to my brother-in-law, big fan of the show, of our first ever show.
Yeah.
Curtis Tom. He's going to be representing Canada in, if I'm not mistaken, because there's categories. Because again,
You should know this, by the way.
no, I think it's like T54 wheel. Like there's a category because it's not just if you're in a wheelchair you can race. Like there's certain levels. I think of. I don't know if it's like based on your disability or something. So I believe it's the T54, but he's doing wheelchair racing. So he's doing the 400 meter and the 4x.
Okay, if he
one
wins a
relay.
medal, I want him on the show. If he doesn't win a medal, I don't care.
That's a verbal agreement to Kurt.
Yeah,
I think he's on the show.
I'm gonna watch you. I gotta be told when to watch
Yeah.
because I have no idea. I'll Google it. But if you win a medal, I want you on the show. I want you telling me what happened, what you did, how it was, and about all the crazy parties I hear that happen at the Athletes Village.
At the Olympic Village.
Because I hear that is insane. Like there was a stat somewhere near the Olympics were starting that they had to like import like 2 million condoms into like Rio Being like for the visitors, but also for like the athletes, because it's absolutely insane. Which you can't blame them. They're all young, they're all extremely physically fit, and with physical fitness comes a bit of like attractiveness. All in one place, all for like short period of time.
Everyone's hyped up on like adrenaline,
winning. Some of these people have money. Some of them are broke. Some of these athletes,
yeah.
but some of them have money and they're just balling. Orgies are bound to happen. You just can't avoid it. All the crazy parties.
It's like they had 17 million condoms or something.
Yeah, something
all
insane.
for like 300 athletes. It's the best time in Rio.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. But that's apparently going on for like as far as the Olympics has been a thing.
Yeah, but shout out to super fan of the show, Curtis Tom.
Yes.
Good luck at the Paralympics.
Best of luck.
Jamie, find out when they start. I think it's like September something. I forget. We just had kind of like a goodbye party for him yesterday, Sunday. Yeah, he leaves on the Friday, September 7th. September 7th to 18th is the Paralympics.
Right. We're gonna be watching that.
Also, my father-in-law Ken Tom, he's coaching 2 athletes there. So
Is he coaching his son?
No, he actually doesn't coach Curtis. He coaches another wheelchair race athlete, Austin.
The races against his son?
Yeah, but I don't know if they're in the same. See, I can't remember now.
Conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest, but I mean, you're allowed because he also coaches another athlete from Bermuda.
That's pretty cool.
So she's going to be representing Bermuda, but she trains here in Canada. She's at Seth's parents' house all the time. So we're good friends with her. So we're wishing Jessica a lot of luck too. She could be Bermuda's what I was just reading, first ever Olympic medalist for the Paralympics, and she's currently ranked like 3rd in the world for, and I think her category is like T53 or something. So like it like changes based on kind of like
are these T's like the same thing as like Terminators, like the T? Like is that what they're rated, like the types of Terminators?
I think it's like your model number. And then liquid metal and whatnot. So good luck to the Paralympic athletes. So I think they need kind of more coverage and more support. I mean, you see it now in like commercials and they kind of advertise it, but unfortunately it doesn't get that same kind of coverage.
Well,
so
with our podcast, we'll put it out there.
Oh, it's gonna be huge now. Yeah. Now that we've mentioned it on our podcast,
it's been proven. Anything we talk about here blows up.
Yes.
You know how many bands I found?
Like the CNE, like this year's gonna be huge. You know why?
What was it last year? 1.5 million guests?
It's been 1.4, 1.6.
Yeah.
So
this year, 2.
I think I basically put Yellow Card and Billy Talent and Alexis on Fire on the map.
Oh, okay. But Yellow Card for sure.
Yeah.
We discovered Yellow Card.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. I thought I was watching Billy Talent.
No, we went to see a Billy Talent concert. And Yellow Card opened, and they were nobody. And they were like, this is a pretty good show. A month later, they're huge for like a minute. But they were huge.
Yeah. So, fuck a question. Men's basketball. That stands. Yeah. And anything that requires a judge.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the Winter Olympics can go to hell. So
I like them better. I know the pinnacle Olympic sport is this and that it's defined by the Summer Olympics, but I enjoy the Winter Olympics.
Because you're biased to hockey. Like you just
take hockey out of it.
Take hockey out of it. You wouldn't care at all.
No, man. I like me some bobsled.
Half the world doesn't care about the Winter Olympics. Yeah. Just a bunch of rich white kids kind of just doing their sport. But okay, so I'll also take off winter so that those can go to hell too. So I don't know. Maybe we can look back at this in 4 years and see where we're at with the next Olympics, which are in Tokyo. Which did you see the handoff to Tokyo?
No, I didn't watch closing Olympics ceremonies.
The Prime Minister of Japan came out dressed as Super Mario.
I heard about that. Didn't he come out of like a pipe?
He came out of the green pipe.
That's the best.
That's what I mean. The Japanese Olympics are going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be
awesome.
Like it just tells you it's going to be so nerd culture.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be fantastic. Like anime.
It's going to be so high tech. Like
I heard they're going to have like 8K screens and stuff there. No, 4K is already old news for.
Well, there's already 8K cameras which we're using to film this.
No, yeah, the Japanese Olympics are going to be awesome. The technology they're going to have, like. They're just going to make it on a new level.
Yeah.
Like the Rios, I think, were pretty cool. A lot of controversy with Zika and all these type of things. But you expect that at every Olympics.
Not as many people died as I thought they would. The media kind of blew that one up.
But, like, you got... Like, let's see it a month from now how many people have Zika. They've all come home now with Zika. So let's see what happens.
It's just spread.
Oh, exactly. Because it's not like you get. Oh, look. No.
It's too soon to tell.
Too soon to tell. Give it time. Everybody got Zika.
Everybody got Zika. So let's end that topic there, and that's not the end of our show.
No.
We got one more topic for you guys, and this is where we kind of bring it to a random dad parenting topic for the day. So pretty much how this is going to work is each week, one of us will be assigned the task of bringing forward a dad topic. So this week we didn't have to assign anybody. Mr. Jamie Campbell volunteered. So final topic of the day, dad parenting related, somehow, one way or the other. What do you got for us, Jamie?
Go.
So I stumbled upon an article on Reddit, and somewhere in the comments, someone pointed out Jamie Oliver's kids' names. So I just want to talk about baby names and how you came to your kids' names and what's the thought process there. Anyways, and I hate a lot of celebrity kid names. We were talking about some earlier before the show started, like Drake's, or not Drake's,
Jay-Z.
Kanye's kids' names.
Jay-Z has Blue.
Yeah.
Kanye's Northwest.
And Saint West.
Yeah.
And Saint. He's got 2 kids?
Yes.
Yeah. Come on, man.
You don't know your Kanye?
No, man.
Anyway, Jamie Oliver's, get these. These kind of like struck a chord with me, like a bad chord. I was angry when I read these. First one's probably the least.
This is the chef.
This is the chef, Jamie Oliver.
There's no other Jamie Oliver. Okay.
No, there's no other chef. Daisy, Boo, Pamela, Oliver. Not the worst. Daisy and Pamela.
That's all
Is
one
it
name?
Daisy's one name, Boo's another. Or Daisy Boo. Like,
she has 3 names.
okay, so Daisy, Boo's the middle name.
Boo. Like a
B-O-O?
ghost, like Boo. That's the name.
Oh, no.
So
No, I don't like that.
Daisy, Boo, Pamela, Oliver. And then you have Petal.
Like flower petal?
Yeah.
That's not the
Blossom,
worst.
Rainbow, Oliver.
Oh, man, how high do you have to be to come up with that name?
Petal, Blossom, Rainbow, Oliver.
All I can think of is
I have to like very enunciate.
Wait, what are these acronyms? PB.
DBP and
No.
PBR.
See, if he was going with like this like genius acronym that somehow spelled a real name like John.
If
Yeah.
it was Petal, Blossom, Jennifer, it could have been like a PB&J sandwich.
Right up Jamie Oliver's.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 2 of 4. Buddy,
Why didn't he stop at 2?
Bear, Maurice, Oliver.
These such random things. Like, buddies.
Yeah.
In the military, we call everyone buddy. Like, hey, buddy. Like, everyone's.
And then the final one is Poppy, Honey, Rosie, Oliver.
You know what he did? He went into his kitchen and he's like kind of spun around and knocked things over and then like
And he
pointed at stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
And there's a
Honey.
there's a rainbow.
There's a boo. I know what a boo is.
And, see, honey he could find.
Petals.
Petal, sure.
Sure, I'm sure petal is an ingredient in some
You know
sort of
what?
food.
No, how you have to name your kids? I'll tell you. Like George Foreman. Do you know George Foreman? He's got, I think, 6 kids, 6 boys. You know what their names are? George,
Oh, yeah.
George, and George.
That's awesome.
They're all named George. It's just their middle names like vary. But
Or aren't they like no, they're not like the second. No, that wouldn't make sense, I guess.
yeah, it could be.
Is it George like the second, George the
No,
third?
there is
No, 'cause
George.
that would be like
George,
a generational thing, right?
oh, like George Jr., then Junior, then Junior, then
That's
like,
not how it goes.
no, it's not. But I think they're all named George. I think it's 5 or 6 kids, and they're all named George.
I think David Duchovny named his kid Kid, but KYD. His kid's name is Kid.
That's brilliant. Like
Kid. Hey,
hey
kid. Hey, kid.
or hey buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Kid. Rainbow. Give me some rainbows. So yeah, I want to talk about a little bit more too on tradition. My dad's middle name is Douglas. His dad's middle name is Douglas. His dad's first name is Douglas, and then et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Until now, and then you have
and
to
then
stop it.
I stopped everything. I'm not a big tradition guy, and I don't know if it was making a stance or if I just didn't like the name and we went with something else.
But you can just, I mean, you can not necessarily love a name, but just kind of throw it in there. It doesn't have to get used ever, but it's just kind of like a sign of respect, a lineage, a family thing.
What's Sebastian's full name?
Sebastian Christopher? Christopher is Tanya's dad's name.
Okay, so you kept some tradition there, yeah.
So did you, though, with Lincoln's middle name.
Yeah, I stopped my family.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, but his middle name is my father-in-law. Who passed away.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you use it.
Yeah, and I mean that kind of like
That's not tradition. Maybe it's a newer tradition.
Yeah.
Like we started, or we paid respect to the name.
Yeah, but I agree. As long as you're paying respect to someone like else, like someone.
yeah.
Like rainbows.
Yeah, like
Like,
yeah,
shout out to-
rainbow.
shout out to
shout
the
out to
rainbows.
rainbows. Yeah.
Who's ever seen a rainbow and be like, fuck that rainbow?
Someone has. I don't know who, but someone has. Like someone has.
Leprechauns.
But who's ever said, "Fuck that boo"?
That's probably a thing.
Okay, so here's one of the ones, like the weirdest one that I can remember, is the guy who played Earl on the show.
My name is Earl.
My name is Earl. I don't know what his name is.
My name.
I know his name. I'm just terrible with names, but I'm fairly certain he named his child Pilot Inspector. Inspector spelled with a K somewhere in there.
That makes it different, yeah.
Yeah. Pilot Inspector. Can you give me a verification of that?
But like, yeah, like, is Inspector the middle name?
I don't know. I think it's
Pilot
it's
hyphen.
no hyphens, but I think it's like you can't just call him Pilot. Hey, Pilot. I think it's Hey, Pilot Inspector. It's just a two-part.
He thinks
One
that's hilarious.
Jason Lee.
Jason Lee's child.
I'd like to
I
know
believe-
how he got to that name and how the wife or his girlfriend, whatever, like agreed to this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's,
Because the thing is, not just one person, two people.
He has Casper Lee, Sonny Lee, and Pilot Inspector spelt with a K.
That's what I said. Yeah, it's crazy.
and Sonny, he has another son named Sonny.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
the thing.
Sonny and Cher, right? That's a name.
I know.
Sonny and so was it Sonny Casper?
Casper.
Right. So look,
It's not bad.
and
I can live with that.
the third one comes out and he's like, Pilot Inspector.
Fuck this kid.
And let's
Pilot
spell
Inspector.
Inspector wrong.
Yeah, and then Apple, Gwyneth Paltrow, and the dude from Coldplay.
That was like the
Yeah.
first time I remember hearing about some celebrity name that was like
Apple, I don't
big
think
deal.
it's necessarily
Not anymore.
That bad.
Not anymore. But I remember, like, that was the first time I remember hearing kind of like in the media that just like her name, she's naming her kid Apple, and that was like this big thing. Now it's like,
thing.
Yeah,
Now
that-
it's
that-
tame.
I think
Now,
that
blue.
I think that resonates with me too. In the first time I heard like,
yeah, weird one.
yeah,
And I
Yeah.
think that sparked. Yeah, that all of a sudden everyone was like looking up weird names and stuff like that.
because that kid's got to be 15 or something by now. Like that was like a while ago.
Yeah, it's a girl, isn't it?
Yeah, I want to
Apple.
say yeah.
Blue is Jay-Z and Beyonce. It's not a bad one. What about, doesn't Bear Grylls have?
Yeah, I had those open. Oh, I do have them open. Marmaduke, Mickey, Percy, Grills.
That's one person?
That's one.
Say that again?
It's a son. If you didn't know, it's
Marmaduke,
a
though.
man.
That's awesome name.
Marmaduke, Mickey, Percy, Grills. And then this kid got off the hook. Jesse.
That's his one name?
Yeah, he got
Jesse
the hook.
Grills?
Jesse Grills.
The other one has 4 names. This one gets 1?
Yeah, and then there's another one. He got screwed over a little bit too. It's a son, Huckleberry, Edward, Jocelyn Grills. So he got a girl's name.
Edward's
in there too.
great. I like the name Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
Huckleberry
He got
is
a
like
girl's name in there too.
Jocelyn kind of throws you off.
Huckleberry.
Huckleberry.
Huckleberry and Marmaduke.
And Marmaduke. Like, that's amazing.
Could be like a TV show, like Marmaduke and Huckleberry, and then there's Jesse.
And
then
Jesse.
that guy, Jesse.
Yeah.
Jesse.
Old Uncle Jesse.
But how did you came up with Lincoln is your child's name?
Well, we had like hundreds of girls' names picked out. I'm exaggerating. We had like a good 5 girls' names that we liked. They all start with the letter A, I think. And male names just didn't come to me. It felt like every male name that was suggested was like, oh, I knew one from high school. Fuck that kid. Or I knew one from a job I used to have. And you'd say a name is like, oh, I know that guy and I don't like him.
My job's done that. My job's ruined a lot of names, like kids' names for me. But like all the Aidens, the Bradens, the Jadens, the Cadens.
Cadence?
All, like, yeah. Just all those got kind of just
Yeah.
like, I don't know anymore.
That's it's too white.
Mm-hmm.
We came up with the name, and then there was a character already called Lincoln in the 100, that show on CW, the 100. But I didn't draw the connection until afterwards. And then there was a Lincoln on Prison Break.
Yes.
Like your mom still watches
But
that, right?
my mom watches the dubbed Spanish version of Prison Break.
Prison Break.
Prison Break. And she loves it. She loves it. She's really, really into Prison Break.
Yeah.
Prison
So there's
Break.
Lincoln Burrows is on there.
Yeah.
And then we were watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There was a character that my wife and I liked, but he didn't have a name in the show yet.
But are you lying to me and just telling me you named it like these were all? It wasn't Link from the Zelda storyline.
I think that was like hapstance, like that. It sort of like was a happy convenience. It wasn't because we thought of, oh, Zelda, Link. What can we make that of? Lincoln. Okay, Lincoln came
That's
first.
exactly what I think happened.
No, but it's not. Lincoln came
I'm gonna
first.
believe it
Lincoln came first, and then it was like I said, Hapsense.
Just that I think Nick came up with his name with Leia, and then try to figure out a way to kind of incorporate it.
Undoubtedly, that I'm not even lying to you, like
Yeah.
Jamie is.
But that's a sweet name, regardless, right? He didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't even have to put the MA in front, but you did. It's awesome.
Well, we did because we initially I just thought of Leia, and then I'm like, well, I was trying to go for Star Wars names here. So initially I had Benjamin if it was
I like
a boy.
Benjamin. I like Benjamin.
As we all know, was Obi-Wan's nickname in A New Hope was Ben Kenobi, and then Han Solo did the most badass thing and named Kylo Ren Ben in Episode 7. So after that, I was thinking Benjamin. So I'm like, Ben's a cool name. Benjamin's a good name. Benjamin Mazzeo has a good ring to it. Ben Mazzeo. So I'm like, okay, this is good. I'm keeping the Star Wars thing. Steph had none of it.
No, I'm like, I don't even know
Zero.
how you managed to get.
Yeah,
And I like the name.
I'm impressed you didn't back down. Like you won her over on that.
Yeah.
With Leia?
Yeah.
Well, no, that was the compromise no, she didn't necessarily dislike Leia. She just thought like Leia was too short. Like
Okay.
she's like, there's no, what's the nickname to Leia? Like Leia sounds like it should be the nickname to
Lele.
something.
Lily.
Lele. So it was just kind of like,
I have an aunt named Lily.
yeah.
Fun fact.
Lily though.
L-I-L-I.
Did you guys try other
Lily.
letters in front of Leia, like Balea or
Jalea.
Dalea?
No, I don't. I think we stumbled upon it in like one of those baby name books because it's an actual name. She'll never find it on a keychain or a sticker though.
Yeah, he's around forever.
But it's Hawaiian, so it's an actual name apparently.
So here's my thing. Like my Leia's fine. Lincoln is perfectly fine. Right? One of the things I insisted when coming up with a name was that it be, and people will disagree with this, but it be somewhat normal. I grew up with an unusual name, Jesus, Jesus. I've come to embrace it in my older
Always
age,
a topic of discussion.
but you can't just go somewhere. Like, you know how hard it is to order a Frappuccino at Starbucks?
I get secondary embarrassment just being around you.
Yeah.
Like I'm over it.
Like and I'm not embarrassed of my name. I love my name. But it's just like sometimes I just want to order my coffee and just get out. But if I say my name is Jesus or Jesus or however I decide to say my name, it is sometimes it'll just go. They'll butcher the name on the cup, or they'll be like, "Really? Wow!" And like the whole thing.
Like they're the first
sometimes-
person to ever say
you know what?
this.
Sometimes I'm okay with it. Sometimes I'll you know what? There's a story
But
behind
a day
it.
like today, where you dropped a $60 bottle of scotch outside, you don't want to be going to a Starbucks and giving the name Jesus.
No. Exactly.
Yeah.
Bad mood today. $60. I thought it was like a $30 bottle. Definitely not $30.
And that was
$60 bottle.
after your dog shit on the floor everywhere in the morning.
Twice.
That sucks, man.
So it's a bad day today. Made better by the fact that I'm here with you guys today.
Oh,
But bad day. And you're right. I wouldn't have wanted to have a whole conversation about my name and why I'm named that way. And like, oh, where's it from? Are you Mexican? No, I'm not Mexican. Like my name's Mary. Like, no. You know what I mean? Not about that. Although there's been moments where the name is awesome. Like, back in my single days at a club, you meet someone, you're like, "Hi, my name's Jesus." They're like, "No, it's not." And then it's like right there, you've started a conversation. It's the icebreaker.
Yeah.
And then you pull out your wallet, you show them your ID, and then if you're really awesome, you show them your military ID, and that's another subject of the conversation, and boom, you're in.
except when they say, "Are you in the fake army?"
No.
Yeah.
No.
You have to answer.
No. The reserves are not the fake army. It's the part-time element of the Marine Forces. And really, you're a double.
I remember way back when.
You're a double citizen.
Way back when we were at a club, and it didn't come with the fact that he was in the reserves. It just came with the fact that he was in the army.
Mm-hmm. So he lied.
And I remember her going like, this girl was talking about like, I used to date this guy, but he was in like the fake army. And I nudged Jesus. I'm like, the fake army, eh? Screw those guys.
He seethes.
That's a terrible misconception. The reserves are not the fake army, just a part-time army. And I give kudos to the regular force guys. It's a whole different lifestyle. It's a whole different world. Reg force, full-time, yeah, absolutely, but far from being fake. Anyways,
We'll get back to this fake versus real.
That's another day. It's another day. But like having a weird name, I think it's more of a curse than a blessing, is what I'm trying to say. You know, it's a lot to live with, and especially when my name is Jesus. Maybe it's even more weird because like you could say Apple and people think, oh, it's cute. Jesus, like, oh, I have people who literally, I've said, like, I've introduced myself as Jesus, and they're like, do you have another name? I'm like, I do, but like, no.
Yeah.
No, my name is Jesus. I can't call you that. Like, I swear to God, I've had.
Oh, I have people say that to me when I say I have a friend named Jesus. Like, they can't deal.
Yeah.
They can't even.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say, well, is it really Jesus or is it like Jesus? What the fuck's the difference?
Yeah, it's spelled the same way. One's the Spanish pronunciation and one's the English pronunciation.
No one calls me Nicolas.
Yeah.
It's Nicholas.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you could call me Nicolas, but, I mean, it's just the Spanish versus English pronunciation
And
of
that's
my
the thing.
name.
If I say Jesus, go around saying Jesus, people, one will always say, what? So I have to say it twice, Jesus. And then they'll, like,
Jesus.
HSEU. What?
If
No.
if you ended up getting
Spelled
that,
Jesus. I'm like, well, why did you say that? And I was like, oh.
if you ended up going onto the field for the Blue Jay game, like if that ended up happening, is that somewhere where they would have like not accepted the name Jesus?
No, they would have accepted. I think no, they would have no choice. If my name was pilot inspector, they would have a pilot inspector. Come on down. No, and plus they probably would have used my rank and last name.
That's
Could have been a military thing, which is one of the reasons I love the military and I joined because they use last names to identify their people. And Castillo isn't so bad, but like I'm just saying, like names, it's a big deal. Like you might think, oh, his name's kind of fun. But it has implications. Luckily, you can get a name change down the road and then you're fixed. But
So why don't you get a name change?
I like my name. I've come to embrace it. But as a small child,
You hated
when
it.
I was 10 years old, 11, like every single time having to introduce yourself. And like I desperately wanted to change my name. So in elementary school, I had a hard time with my name, Jesus. And it was Jesus. And some teachers would yell at me if I introduced myself as Jesus. They'd be like, stop, your name is not Jesus, it's Jesus. Or Jesus. And
I don't know how that makes it better.
Oh, I swear. And then, so when I moved, my parents moved houses and I went to a new high school where I met you guys.
Hey, what's up?
And it was and I knew no one's going to the school. I knew no one. It was an opportunity to start fresh. No one would know me as Jesus or Jesus. My middle name is Rodrigo. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to start class. And when they take attendance and home class, I'm going to just be like, no, I go by my middle name. Rodrigo. They would have crossed out Jesus. And that's it. That was my opportunity to change my name. So I was so psyched. Like this, I was a brand new beginning. This was going to be me. And get into class, first day of high school, super nervous. You get into your class, you sit there, and the teacher comes up and says, I'm going to take attendance. If you guys go by your middle names or have a different pronunciation, because, there's a lot of Italian guys, their names are Michelle, like basically spelled Michelle, but it's Michael. Right? So a couple of guys were like, no, miss, it's Michael. All right, we'll cross that out, right, Michael. We'll call you Michael. Problem. Or Mike or Joe instead of Giuseppe. Yeah. Right? So I'm like, okay. I'm going to get my name, and I'm going to be like, no, miss, it's Rodrigo. I'll go by my middle name, and it was going to be perfect. But I was so nervous, and she's going down the list, and then she just, like, stops, and I knew she was going to say my name. And she stops, and she's like, Jesus? And I was about to put up my hand, and the whole class erupted in laughter. Like, the whole class just burst out into laughter. And there was nothing I could do other than just be like, put my head down and just be like, yep, that's me. Yep. And she noticed
that's like worst nightmare case.
No, and then she noticed I was embarrassed, so she quickly just moved on to the next name. Right?
Didn't give you a chance to like.
Yeah, and then that was it. Window closed. That's it. Done.
4
Jesus.
4 years of your life locked in.
Well, the rest of my life for that matter. Because if not, you would have guys known me as Rodrigo. I've been Rodrigo. That's it. Done. But no, I'm Jesus, which is fine. I like my name. But that was my window.
So then, when you started at Colossus, best job of all time. Why didn't you go on your name tag?
Because you guys worked. You guys worked. Not only you guys, Frank worked there for a minute. Vince worked there. You guys have been calling me Jesus anyways. I gotta put any name I want on my name tag, but that doesn't change it.
I forgot we all work there.
You guys all work
I had my name tag up until recently. I had 2 of them.
I'm pretty sure if I could probably find it.
What were the movies on your name tag?
Beautiful Mind.
Ooh.
Gladiator.
No, American Beauty.
I had
Kevin Spacey.
I had Gladiator was my first one, and then I got a new one, Fight Club.
Yeah, Fight Club was good.
Fight Club's a good movie. What's this topic? Names and how we got them?
Yeah. how we named our kids.
Yeah.
How we named our
Well,
kids.
Leia has two. So she has three names. Like she's Malaya, Anna, Yvonne. Anna's my mom. Yvonne is Steph's mom's middle name. So I mean, we figured why not? Both names sounds pretty good, and it avoids pissing off a Latina mother.
Yeah.
Not including her name. You
Yeah.
know, keeping the peace. It's games you got to play sometimes, right? Like again, like you're saying, like like you broke a tradition, but technically you just started another one with
Which is fine.
another. Yeah. So I mean,
there's still future kids to maybe work with.
maybe right.
Are they team?
Team one kid.
Yeah, I thought you were team one.
Hashtag team one
That's
kid.
a losing battle.
I know it is. Especially when the other babies started popping up. You got zero chance.
Zero chance, man. You won't even know what's happening. You're just she's gonna be pregnant, man.
Yeah.
So anyways, I think are we good with names? We've settled. Do you have
I don't think there's a closing argument with that. That's it. Names.
All right, fine.
Done.
Fine. So we'll end it off there. So that is the first ever dad topic to end the first ever Dads in the Podcast.
Not bad.
Dads in the Six Podcast.
We have some, like, let's be real. We have some kinks to work out.
Yes. I don't know how I feel about the first half of this episode, but you know what? Stick with us.
Yeah. It's
Stick
a work
with
in
us.
progress. We're going to get better. But you know what? We want to hear from you guys. Leave us comments. Leave us on Instagram, on our YouTube channel. And
Subscribe, share.
Yeah, subscribe, share.
Did you
and
hear in our test episode you
wanna
said
be-
like, subscribe, sub share?
Yeah, I did that on purpose because I can't say those three words. Like, subscribe, share.
And I think if you want to be a guest on our show, because I talked to a friend of mine who's like really excited to be our fourth guest on this show, which we're going to incorporate sooner or later, let us know. We'll bring him on the show.
Is he a dad?
No. But he's a published author. He wrote a book.
Dads and a published author in the Six. I don't know. The ring.
Nick, bring us home, buddy.
I'm trying. He was trying too. We're going to cap it off there because we're already at an excruciatingly long hour and 22 minutes. So if you stuck with us, thank you very much. Like, subscribe, share. We'll be back again. Same bat channel, same bat week, whatever. If our wives let us. And if you guys actually care. So we'll be back next week. Thanks for sticking with us.